The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the February 5th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So we got quite a sea of red out there, almost everything. Got the U.S. equities to the downside, metals to the downside, light sweet crude to the downside, natural gas to the downside. Only thing ticking up right now, the XLP is up 38 cents, the 30-year and the 10-year note is up just a tad, and the U.S. dollar index. So the Dow's up 651 points. That's 1 0.3%. The S&P 1 0.4%, or 100 points. 1 0.6 for the NASDAQ. That's 400 points, 30 points for the Russell, 146 for the trannies, 99 for the semis out there. Gold's off $93, silver $10. $2 for light sweet crude, and 13 pennies for natural gas. So let's begin our day here. Begin our day with the, take a look at this. So I'm going to put up the daily equity future contract out here. You can see the NQ right now is testing one area of support, which is a trend line area. And we're going to really kind of focus here on the NQ, although we take a look at these others, but I'm just going to kind of focus on the NQ with it being the weak link out there. If I take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, the advanced decline oscillator, but also the advanced decline line. This is really important. We did make that new all-time high again yesterday. What history tells us is that during this week, this first week, so the next 5 trading days, is that we won't see a decline much more than 2%. It'll kind of be capped right there. So now, not that history can't fail, because let's face it, I mean, the Indiana Hoosiers, right? They're the champions out there. So, history does fail. But history's on your side right now. In fact, if we take a look at the typical seasonal pattern of the S&P 500 during a midterm election, you can see we are in this little choppy zone here, and we have been chopping around all of January out there. I don't even know if we're trading below January's low, and everybody wants to celebrate that somehow this is a big, huge bear market or something. It's just not the case. But so you can see we're in this choppy zone out there. You got the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Oscillator making a new all-time high yesterday. Historically speaking, we're not going to see any significant decline, at least in the next couple of weeks out there. If we take a look at the spot VIX index, and great find here, Dan. We all want to know what that tool is. I think you said it was in the UVXY or one of the instruments out there that was giving you a signal of the spot VIX index moving higher. All we took a look at were a little series of small, lower highs out there. But kudos to you. Now, the spot VIX is up right now by 20.44%. If at day's end we have a rate of change of about plus 10% out there, be watching for an overnight rally or early morning rally or bounce out there, or even bottom. And the spot VIX index, if we take a look at it, just to give you a feel for how how would I want to say this? How how certain I am of the history of the New York Stock Exchange, that advanced decline being a new all-time high. If we take a look at the spot VIX index, it's traded at 2243. It's almost above the 3-month counterpart. It's getting pretty close to the 6-month counterpart. Boy, if we get there, what we're looking for is a close above that and then a close below that to give us the next nice bottoming signal. You'll see a few of those instances on my chart right now that we're looking at. That's that lower right-hand pattern out there. So that elevated spot VIX, let's see if it gets above its future counterpart. It's already traded above the March counter. It's already traded above March, above April, future contract, above May, above June. So again, be careful out there if you are just hunkering down on the short side. I'm just sharing with you important information. You go ahead and use it however you want. If we move from here and take a look at, so another level of support that the NQ is dealing with is its TD9 count breakout level for its daily time frame, 24, 6, 16, 75. So there's two levels of support. We've got a rising trend line support that we saw. We've got the TD9 count breakout area that we've seen. Now, if price does close below 24, 6, 16, 75, we will very likely go at least test that swing point low. It's trading inside the swing point from November 21st out there. And that means if it closes, even if it rejects that 24,616 level, if it does close below 24,835, it's still subject to getting down to test that swing point out there. The A to B equals CD patterns for the ES, the Dow, and the Russell 2000, they're still in place as we speak right now. The Russell 2000 starting to show a bit of weakness by trading below the bottom of its profile at 2613. The Dow continuing to show its strength, still trading above the top of its daily profile at 48,894. Now, let's go take what's going on the intraday charts here for the NQ. Nicholas will be happy to see these right away. If we take a look at the NQ out here, we're looking at the bottom panel. So the bottom panel has a 30-minute TD9 count bottom that completed at 11 a.m. It makes the low of that candle session a very important low to monitor today, 24,550. If we close below that on a 30-minute bar, we'll negate that bottom signal. On a 10-minute basis, we would negate its Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal. And on a 15-minute basis, we would negate its Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal. So bottom attempts have already started in the 10, the 15, the 30. Will it bleed through to the 60-minute chart? I don't know the answer to that, but that's if we are forming some type of tradable bottom, that's typically what you'll see. Unfortunately, for the 60, the 120, the 240, and the 5-hour chart, they are not showing us any bottom signal. So it's all going to be about trend line support, the TD9 count breakout level in the daily time frame, and really the 30, the 15, and the 10-minute time frame charts out there. Now, the NQ does have a bit of help out here, and that's coming from the ES Mini. Let's get its charts up on the screen. However, the ES Mini's 30-minute TD9 count pattern is just about an hour behind what the NQ is showing out there. So this is where we're going to find out who's the stronger dog, if either of the stronger dog. Is it the NQ? Because if it is, this is where the market starts to turn. If it's not, will it be the ES Mini? Because again, it's just forming bar number 9 right now. We'd already done that on the NQ. And in the ES Mini, the 30-minute TD9 count pattern does not complete until 12 noon, until we're off the show. By the way, I will be unable to host a show tomorrow. Sorry about that. Just nothing that I can do. Just facts and circumstances. So with regard to the ES Mini, 15-minute or 10-minute Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Nothing yet on the 30-minute, although it looks like we're going to get a TD9 count bottom in about 16 minutes out there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Texas Tom wants to take a look at silver. And Tom, the key level, the key number for silver, if you take a look at the 5-hour chart, 300-minute time frame out here, you'll see a nice TD9 count bottom that formed. That formed back at 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, back on the 2nd. Today is the 5th out there. That low, 71.20 is your key number. Now, as price is pulling back to that level, what we can see here on the lower panel charts, we got a nice TD9 count. We got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the 10-minute. Same on the 15. The 30-minute is likely going to form a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom panel. It needs to get back above 75.05. If it does that, it should be a tally hole for the rally. The 30-minute time frame, a 60-minute time frame chart certainly needs to close above its oscillator and change line. Really the center of that profile, I'd say, at 76.69. So the bottom row is supporting the fact that the 5-hour chart and really the 4-hour chart, getting back to their TD9 count bottoms, and those buyers are trying to defend this area. So here is the deal. If we get a close below that TD9 count bottom in the 5-hour time frame chart, 71.20, we likely head lower. And if we close below that, is what would trigger, whether it's with volume or not, it would trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. If you want to see what that could look like out here and where that price projection would be, let's go ahead and open up the daily time frame chart. I am not saying this is where it's going, but it most certainly would have that potential if, in fact, the A to B equals CD pattern forms. So we're not there yet, but you know what you're going to be watching for. So we're taking a look at both sides of the trade, in essence. Let's go ahead and copy and paste. And let's go ahead and assemble this puppy. And so that would give you an A to B equals CD price projection. Don't quote me right to the penny or anything, but right around 41.50. Right around 41.50, whether it's with volume or not. Now, let me just take a look at that retracement. Make sure that would be at least close to a 0.382 retracement out here. Let's take a quick peek, and it's pretty close, real close. So that's on the daily time frame. Let's go back and see if there's anything else here that I can share with Tom that's of help. First, I got to close up this chart here, and. No, I mean, it's looking good. So it looks to me like it's if you're a day trader, and your trade both sides of the trade, I would say this is not the time to be short silver. Yeah, it's definitely defending that bottom. Okay, so I do hope that helps you out, Tom, and thanks for your request. Our next request coming in from John in Milwaukee. He wants to take a look at ticker symbol RTX, and the question is, has it bottomed? And the answer to that question is it depends what time frame, John. So if you're asking me about the monthly time frame, and that's where I'm going to start, the answer to your question is absolutely, positively no. How can you say that, Steve-O? Well, let's open up the monthly time frame chart. Number one, we have a TD9 count top that formed here on the trading month of October of 2025, and that was negated last month. So it's basically negated after 1 month, 2 months out there. That is a strong upward momentum move. So that's the first thing. So bigger picture, RTX is saying it's headed higher. On a intermediate term time frame, you are likely going to form a TD9 count topping pattern tomorrow. All it needs to do is tomorrow's close on RTX, John, needs to be above 188.50. So if you get that, you're going to have a TD9 count top. Now that sounds like bad news, but not yet. Why? Because right now price is trading inside a bullish structured profile that formed this week, and so you've got a buy zone between 191.51 and 194.50 out there with resistance up in the 203.49 level. But if we did close below that profile, silver has been below the bottom of profile for quite some time out there. So that would be a pretty large signal. That would also be telling us about the Nope, wouldn't be telling us about anything else. If it does get below that 191.50, the price target, though, even though we don't have a topping pattern on the monthly time frame, I'd have to say would be the oscillator and change line right around the 176 level. Now, in the daily time frame, it formed looks like it's going to complete a wave number 7 top. That's letter G, part of the Chapman wave, as well as a Rhodes. Yesterday, it went ahead and confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but it already had one. And price is just simply trading with inside its profile, and RTX is testing profile support. That's at 194.69. So you've got 194.69 to watch. If that fails, price is going to deal with that weekly buy zone. If that fails, then we're going to shift over to the monthly, unless there's some kind of new profiles or something that form on the daily or weekly out there. So, John, I hope that helped answer your question. And as always, thanks so much for taking the time to write in. S&P would like to look at ticker symbol CIFR. Let's pull that up on our screen, see what we have here. Looking for some type of bottom or maybe the ability to buy some shares or add some shares. So as we take a look at this, CIFR trading at 13.59 inside of yesterday's candle and below the bottom of its daily profile. So let's open up the daily chart and see what kind of signal we got there. It might be an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. And the answer is, it is. No, not yet. So what you want to watch here, S&P, so there's a swing point that's being tested. That swing point was from November 21st. There was 56 million shares, the low 1309. Yesterday's close was 1425. We got below that low at 1275, and we did it with 53 million shares. We're going into 56 million shares. Similar volume, and we're still inside that swing point. So what you want this to, we're testing it. No, we're testing it today again. So volume today, a little under 2 hours of trading, 18 million. Let's call it 20. Let's call it a 60 million share a day coming into volume. So it's similar. I would say the daily time frame chart is saying be careful, because if we close below that swing point, and we're testing it, kind of with volume 1309, that would trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So we are not there yet, but it's possible to really get there, especially with the volume metrics that we've seen over the last couple of days out here. Now, if in fact that A to B equals CD pattern were to form, it would give you a price projection around the 860 type area. That was the daily time frame. The weekly time frame has a TD9 count top, price traded with inside its profile. Its level of support is down at 1014. The weekly time frame chart, the monthly time frame chart does not have any kind of a topping pattern, and but on a move lower, we're trading below last month's low. 1210-ish is its support area. So S&P, I don't see any reason here to be buying shares. If you had a test rejection that swing point on lighter volume, I could buy into it, but we don't have that at this moment in time, so we're going to say hands off. So I do hope that helps you out. And okay, we got a request coming in from a non-Denner listener to look at Tesla. So Dan, thanks for passing that along. Of course, we want you to come on the show. Of course, we don't have a way to do that. Well, we could find a way to do it voice-wise. And we want you to share with everybody how you saw that move in the spot VIX index out there. Let's take a look at Tesla. Back to your friend out here. We take a look at Tesla. Tesla's going to form bar number 8 today, and Tesla's trading back into a swing. Let me just make sure that's a swing point that it's testing. Yeah, it is. Okay. So it's moving back into a swing point from November 14th. There were 105 million shares that traded hands that day. We're into it so far today with 29 million shares in 2 hours of trading. So we're at about a 90 million share day or so. So we're moving into that swing point with lighter volume. Today's bar number 8. You could get a TD9 count bottom in Tesla sometime between today and Monday out there. And you have on the weekly basis Tesla testing weekly profile support and the monthly testing the top of its profile. So it looks like it's trying to get ready to bottom. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back to this break. We'll look at Micron MU.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We just had the semiconductor index go positive. It's up 30 points. Dow's down 480. S&P 61, NASDAQ at 187. Russell's down 18. Tranny's 113. Folks, I'm telling you, today is nothing more than a fake out. Nothing more than a fake out there. Let's go take a look at ticker symbol MU Micron. Micron formed a daily TD9 count top. It completed that pattern back on January 30th. Prices, these buyers, you got to love these profiles. So the very bottom of the profile, this is the center of the profile. Wow. So where buyers and sellers believe there's fair value. So the center of the profile is really being defended. That's at 378.74. But nonetheless, right now we've got as a TD9 count top with price consolidating with inside his daily profile. And that's between the range of 350, 347 to 404.01. Just below 350, 347 is his TD9 count breakout level, 350, 204. So that's your strong support level out there. If price were to close below that, that would be telling us about a further move lower. What we have right now is nothing more than just a simple consolidation. On the daily time frame, looks like we're going to get a sell the D point top with, unless there's some type of significant rally, which there could be. But what you're looking for here is a bearish reversal candle. At this moment in time, we've got a bear sash candle going out there. Now, there's a profile that is trading within as well. The top at 455.50, that's its all-time high. The center at 361.98, and the bottom way down at 245.07. So the oscillator and change line is 348.94. So assuming that your friend is listening in on this, now how do we put, and there's a monthly TD9 count pattern that's going to complete at the end of the month. So how do you put this together, how do you organize this? First, we know the 378.74 is a strong level. You close below that, you're very likely to get to the 352, 353 level, 352.04. If you close below that, you're going to get to the weekly oscillator and change on whatever it's printing at. Right now, it's 348. And if you get below that, then you're going to start moving down towards the bottom of its profile, 245, which is going to line up, actually, the monthly chart of its oscillator and change line will even be below that. But that's how you would trigger those things. We are not there yet. You do have two topping patterns, so you've got to pay attention out there. But it looks like just now, at this moment in time, more of a consolidation, sideways consolidation than anything else. So I do hope that that helps you out. And thanks for the requests. I don't think I've got any other requests at this stage, which is perfectly fine because let's go take a look at the equated ETF, see what they're doing. Let's start with the equated ETF for the S&P 500, the RSP, and we're also going to go take a look at the semiconductor index. Right, this thing just turned positive, so we want to look at that now. The RSP on a daily basis. Negated a TD9 count top, has an A to B equals CD pattern, takes up towards a 204 level. If we get a bearish reversal candle today, and at this moment in time it's a bear sash candle for the daily time frame, we'll get a Rhodes momentum indicator top. And if price is able to close inside its profile, that means below 198.92. 198.92. If it closes below that, the equated ETF would then signal likely to move towards the range of 195.95 to 197.14. The weekly time frame chart has a TD9 count top and a new bullish structured profile. That new bullish structured profile has a buy zone between 195 even Steven and 196.99. Resistance at that all-time high, 200.95 out there. The monthly time frame chart is in wave number 7. I've also got it as bar number 9. That pattern will confirm very likely at the end of this month and not complete until the end of March out there. So what's the message of the RSP? Probably not a substantial, easy move to new all-time highs with these tops, but maybe just that sideways consolidation mode out there. Where would it get that idea from, a sideways consolidation type mode? Well, it could be, maybe it could be the midterm 98-year seasonal cycle that we're taking a look at right now. And this here says that we basically move sideways into about the end of March before we have one nice spike higher that lasts for about 2 or 3 weeks out there before things start moving lower into the October timeframe out there. So that's just simply one analog that we could be following. I don't know what other analogs are out here. I don't think we're in this one. Let's just simply take a look at just the 98 years. Let's not look at a seasonal cycle. Let's not look at a midterm election. Let's see exactly where we're at as we speak right now. And even here, how would I do this? I could do this by taking a look at February. Let's do that. So let's take the S&P 500. Let's go from seasonal to inter-month. Let's make sure we've got 98 years worth of data. And let's say we're looking at the month of February. So now we've got February. This is what February basically looks like. I can even put up no, I can't put that. Sorry about that. So if we take a look at February, we're right here, February 5th or so. This shows that, okay, price, might move down, could move down for a few, but it's just a choppy kind of market out here. And then we start moving higher. So, that's the seasonal pattern that is likely in play. Now let's go take a look at the QQEW, maybe even of more importance. And another thing that's going to be of importance today is the volume on the Qs out there. The Qs make a bottom with volume. You can go back and look at every single bottom that's out there on a daily time frame inside the Qs, and you're going to see they're made with volume. Sometimes it gets tested, sometimes it doesn't get tested out there. So what you're going to watch for today, and I don't know where we're at with volume, but if we're over 75 million shares today inside the Qs at day's end, that's one of those potential triggers there. So you want to look at that. Now, on the QQEW, on a monthly time frame, price is traded inside its profile, and it's testing the bottom of that profile. The bottom of that profile is at 131.76. Let's open up the monthly time frame chart. Let's just see how important that monthly profile level is going to be out here. Have we seen any close below monthly profile? Last time we were below the monthly profile was back on the trading day of September, the month of September in 2022, and that was a TD9 count bottom. That went in and completed the next month, and we were off to the races ever since then. But typically, these bottoms typically hold out here. We don't have any kind of pattern like that. Should we close below that monthly profile? So that's an area to most certainly watch on the QQEW, 131.76. Right now, it's at support and it's holding. The weekly time frame chart has a TD9 count top, and price is testing 133.85. It's breakout level. So that's the number to be watching tomorrow. I won't be with you tomorrow, but you certainly want to be able to pull that up on your screen at least come day's end. Does that level hold? If it does hold, that's telling you something. If it doesn't hold, it's also telling you something else out there. But that something else would be you also want to see combined with the close below the bottom of its monthly profile. Now to the daily time frame for the QQEW. I've got no bottom signal out here that I can see. I can see an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. It would look like this, and that says what you'd be watching for on a daily time frame for the QQEW to give you a bottom signal would be a bullish reversal candle. So we're well above the 1-to-1 price projection level for that A to B equals CD, maybe about a 1 to 1.618 at this moment in time. So you're watching, we're in bar number 6, so there's no TD9 count signal there. Let's go take a look at the, what I'll do is I'll pull up the charts for the equal weighted for the Dow, EDOW. We'll see what that is saying. I'll check, of course, to see if there's any requests out here. Nothing that I've got so far, but of course, if I do get a request, we'll certainly switch over to that. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Boy, am I glad we put the equal-weighted ETF for the Dow up on our screen here. Now, the equal-weighted ETFs are typically the ones that are pointing the true direction, the true message of the markets. So do you see a top on the daily time frame? The answer there is no. Do you see one on the weekly time frame? You see one, but it's likely to be negated. It's called the TD9 count top. And all we need to do is see a close tomorrow above. Let me give you that number. You want to make sure you pay attention to this one. 42.47. We're at 42.84. We close above 42.47. You will negate a weekly TD9 count top immediately in 1 week. Tells you about a strong upward momentum move. On the monthly time frame, do you have a topping signal? Yeah, coming soon. We're bar number 9 of a TD9 count, but that pattern may not complete. Well, it won't complete no matter what until next month, the end of March out there. The daily time frame has an inside bar. An inside bar typically means you're going to continue in the same direction that you came from. That would be to the upside out here. So the Dow, or the equal-weighted Dow, is telling you, and we'll see tomorrow, watch tomorrow, but we negate that weekly TD9 count top. It's just another piece of information like the New York Stock Exchange, the advanced decline line, huge gobs of market breadth that are out there. And markets do not crash with huge gobs of market breadth out there. But that's just Stevie sharing that information with you. Mohammed wants to take a look at ARGX. So we'll pull up those screens, see what ARGX is doing. And then we're going to take a look at NBS. Vic wants to take a Microsoft and BAI, so that's what's coming soon. ARGX is trading out at $845 and change, and it's trading with inside its daily profile. Now, it tested the top of that profile, which acted as resistance today, this morning, 861.73. So maybe you're wondering, Mohammed, why did it get up there and sell off? Well, that's because that's where the sellers are at, the top of that profile. Now, you've got support, a couple different areas on the daily time frame. The first one's the oscillator and change line, 834.66. Below that, 821.40 and 801.23. No topping pattern that I see, other than price getting back to its breakout level, 855.43. It's been difficult handling that area. So if you can get 2 consecutive closes above 855.43, that would be a positive. Of course, you need to see a close above 861.73, the top of that profile, to really get some action to the upside. The weekly time frame chart has a TD9 count top and pulled back. Why did price stop where it did on the weekly time frame chart? And you know what? I could not answer that question if I didn't have daily, weekly, and monthly up on my screen out there. So I hope that's also helping you out and that you're doing the same. We know the answer to that question because price pulled back and found support at its oscillator and change line. Right now, that's currently printed at 807.25. So there's no top on the monthly. There is a top on the weekly, but the weekly may have found support as it pulled back to that support level on the monthly time frame. Does that make sense? And the daily had that nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern out there. So it's looking to Stevie like you might have a bottom. The real final confirmation of that, Mohammed, would be a weekly close above 897.65. it had a bullish profile. And when you close below a bullish profile, which this is done for 2 months out there, a counter trend rally would end somewhere between the bottom and center, 879.16 to 897.65. But you close above 897.65 and you get back to its all-time highs. So that's what I see when we look at ARGX, Mohammed. Thanks so much for writing in. You also want to look at NVS. So let's pull that up on our screen, see what we can get. EWJ, that's something we're going to look at for the freeze as well. So we'll add that one to our arsenal of requests. And that was the freeze. Here we go. Yeah, I've been freezing my tuchus off down here in Florida, and it's supposed to get cold tonight. It's hard to play golf. Okay, NVS. It's got no daily topping pattern. It basically negated a wave number 7 top. It did that yesterday. It continues to find support at its oscillator and change line, trade above profile. It's in a bullish breakout mode. The weekly time frame, if it closes above last week's high, which we're trading above right now, last week's high was the completion of the TD9 count top. That high, 152.48. If we close above that, Mohammed, you've got total breakout mode going on the weekly time frame, and the monthly chart negated a TD9 count top 2 months ago. NVS, that is a winner. I'd have to say filet mignon dinner. So I hope that helps you out on both those instruments. Vic wants to take a look at Microsoft. So let's get that up on our screen out here. MSFT, see what that is doing. Hmm. 403.74. So has it improved much? I think we might have looked at this yesterday or the day before. And when we were looking at this, what we know is that it's got a daily Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal that needs a bullish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. How likely is that? Boy, there is major selling pressure. When we take a look at the weekly and the monthly time frame chart, when we look at the monthly time frame chart, we have here a series of lower highs. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, mostly a series of lower lows out there. It looks to me like short of a bullish reversal candle, Vic, Microsoft will go target its TD9 count breakout level. That's at least the next level of support that I see, 355.67. Now, I'm going to open up the daily chart because I don't have enough data to the left-hand side of my screen, and I still don't have enough data. Where's this thing? Oh, this thing is going back against this prior swing TD9 count bottom. Yeah, we're pretty far away from that, but price may be gunning for, so short of a bullish reversal candle, I'd say it's gunning for the swing point back on, this is the daily chart, back on April 7th. That swing point low, 344.79, high, 371 even Steven. So everything here, and you got an A to, well, I don't even know if you got an A to B equals CD. Doesn't matter. You got the Rhodes momentum indicator signal. All you're waiting for there is a bullish reversal candle. Short of that, price is likely to head lower. So I hope that helps you out, or hope that you're not long Microsoft. Let's go take a look at BAI, see what this is doing. BAI is trading out as we speak at $32.63. It is below its daily profile, but what it did do is it found support at its breakout level. That's at 32.10. So, Vic, 32.10 is going to be that first really key important level for you to watch. If price closes below that, you're likely to know it's testing a swing point as well. The daily swing point was back on November 21st, 3.4 million shares. Today, you're testing it with you may get, if this can close a day above, and it's trading above it right now, the top of that swing point, 32.21. If you close above it, you're going to get a rejection of a swing point on lighter volume. That says that you rally, and that says that you rally up towards the bottom of its profile, 33.97. The weekly time frame chart, Rhodes momentum indicator top, which has really led to a sideways move. Monthly time frame chart, not enough data out here, Vic, to really get any kind of a read there. So the daily, watch that one. Looks like you're going to at least get a couple-day rally out here up towards that 33.97 level. We got the freeze who wants to look at the EWJ. I believe that is a Japan ETF, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I could easily be mistaken. I'm usually mistaken. EWJ, let's see, what is that? EWJ, I don't know. Yeah, the iShares Japan ETF out here. So this is going to form, wow. Do you see what I see? Let me open this up here. This is an all-time high. Holy shnikes. Okay, you've got an island top and a TD9 count top. You will get a TD9 count top today, Freeze, if the EWJ closes above 85.72. And we're at 86.52. And at Green Oscillator and Chains on is holding. That's looking pretty real. When we come back from this break, we'll taking a look at the EWJ. And I'm going to try to pull up the charts here for the Nikkei, too. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. During that break, I went ahead and took a look at the Nikkei charts out there, and I looked a little bit further into the EWJ, and this does not mimic the Nikkei 225. The Nikkei 225 does not have these same types of signals. So this is an ETF, and you want to understand what's inside there and track those equities out here. But the EWJ on a daily time frame is basically going to make the most bearish candlestick pattern that you could make out here, and that's an island top at an all-time high. That's a daily time frame. The weekly time frame does not have any kind of a topping signal. In fact, it's suggesting it wants to rally further, so maybe that island top isn't going to survive. The monthly time frame chart, if it closes above, it's got a completed a TD9 count top last month, and if it closes the month above last month's high, that's at 86.31, it would negate that signal as well. So kind of somewhat conflicting-ish type messages out here. I'll show you the charts here for the Nikkei, though. It'll just pull that up on our screen since I had pulled that up. And on the Nikkei, we did get a daily topping signal. I believe we got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator. No, we did not. We've got a wave number 7 signal. So the Nikkei is really just a sideways consolidation on the daily. No topping pattern on the weekly. The monthly is in bar number 9. Like many of the indices across the globe in U.S. and so forth, so many monthly 9s out there. It says we're likely going to get some type of top, but I don't see it here in the Nikkei. Let's go back quickly to that other set of charts out here. Put up the charts here for Ford, for Duncan, Steve inside the Tigers Den. See if we get these populated before the show here ends. We got about 30 seconds or so. Hold the music there, Al. So when I take a look at Ford, what I see out here, Dunk, is just simply a consolidation with inside its profile. Support at 1320, a sell zone between 1407 and 1450. Price has been struggling to get above its green oscillator and change line out there. If you can't bust on the upside, it may try to bust on the downside, but it is testing this swing point on a daily basis. That's a swing point from back on January 20th that had volume of 67 million shares. So far today, you're down with 28 million shares. So, watch that. If you close inside that swing point with volume, you're going to get down and test that low, which is $13.23. Folks, I won't be with you tomorrow, but I want you to have a terrific Thursday, a fabulous Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back on a marvelous Monday. Take care and be safe out there.